this. A local newspaper, the Lake Berryessa News. In fact, they've even got their own newspaper editor, and it's that man. Peter Kilkus, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Brian.
Nice
to see you.
Peter, a sort of one-man Lake Berryessa encyclopedia, reminded us that the lake is man-made, built in the late 50s, and before there was a lake. This was all a river valley.
This was a stream valley. I wouldn't call it a river, but it was wide enough for the water to come down.
There was a town down here.
A whole town was down there. And can you imagine what that was like when they decided to build a dam? A very big battle occurred.
The town was abandoned and submerged as the water filled. More on that incredible story a little later.
The dam was completed in 1958.
By 1963, the lake was full and in business, a fabulous place for the whole family. The fun lasted about 40 years, and then life at the lake dried up.
This used to be the Captain's Cove restaurant, one of the best restaurants at Lake Berryessa.
It looks like it was just scraped.
It was. I watched it to be demolished. I watched it be put into dumpsters, and I watched it be scraped down to the dirt.
The reason there's no Captain's Cove restaurant, or hardly any businesses at Lake Berryessa at all, is because this land is federal property. Just a couple of years ago, the original vendor contract started to expire, and the battle began. The Bureau of Reclamation on one side, and the local mom-and-pop businesses on the other. Guess who won? The feds had business owners rebid on the land that they had been using.
Whoever was here bid on their own resort, but the person who owned this resort lost the bid. So he expected to get paid for some of his property, but the government decided that wasn't the case, that they didn't want any of it, and they told everyone here to take it out and grind it to the ground. And as you've seen, it's all ground to the ground. Where there used to be mobile homes, ice cream shop for kids for 30 years, a beautiful restaurant.
Gone.
Gone. Another group of people lost their level of history.
And literally they lost their homes out here. Today, this is a land between eras, but there is hope. A new contractor has won the bid to develop new business.
The big plan is to have, the company has 6 resorts. Each of the resorts will have its own theme. They're going to have beautiful restaurants out there, floating restaurants. And
it sounds like it's going to be nice.
My problem is I'm so old, I'm not sure it'll be done by the time I can use it.
Well, when is all this supposed to go in?
Well, they have a 10-year plan.
And the best news is, despite rumors to the contrary, Lake Berryessa is open for business now. And believe me, the businesses that have survived would love to see you.
Lake Tahoe is big, cold, and crowded. Donner Lake is small, cold, and crowded. And Lake Berryessa is big, warm, and uncrowded. It's just right. It's perfect, actually.